Modern production and mechanisms are no longer a complex and long process, but rather something that happens simply, quickly, and beautifully. Man is no longer a direct participant, but simply an observer. I offer you to view the most interesting moments of production and agriculture that were captured on camera. This is how the final assembly of the boxes look like, and the packaging of jars of juice or jam in them. The dexterity of the hands of this worker is amazing. It is likely that in childhood, his mother paid special attention to the development of fine motor skills of her child. So, in a simple, quick and simple way, they organize the flow of more processes in one mechanism, in order to get a nice rubber duck for a bath or a beach from a small piece of rubber. From two different sides, droplets of two colors drip and flow down the glass stairs. It is interesting that they differ not only in color, but also in density, and therefore there will be no mixing of colors, and the flow will last forever. Such is the anti-stress process. This is what the recycling process looks like. A wooden product, instead of being thrown away, is cleaned and given a new shape, thereby giving new life to something old and outdated for a long time. The work is not completely mechanized, but this device greatly speeds up and simplifies the work. Just look how quickly limes are peeled and separated using this simple mechanism. That's what Chinese shoes mean. The device blew out the foam, and that's it. The sneaker is ready. No quality or guarantee. Everything is fast and simple, but at low cost. It is very economical and with minimal losses that the result is just a coloring of rubber gloves. Plus, it looks quite sticky. Under great pressure and speed, a neat and tall milk canister is formed from an ordinary iron layer. Pay attention to how elegantly the narrow neck of this tub looms. This is not a factory for you, but production is also similar to mass production. Just look at how this man creates a huge number of unique handmade crabs in a short time using just one tool. I wonder how it turns out that such a complex and detailed drawing is burned out simply under pressure. A whole forest looms on a glass ball. Such delicate art. Such is the process of mechanical formation of special musical holes and pipes. Simple and fast. And what a sound comes out through them! It turns out that packaging today is also not done by people, but by a special magnet, which speeds up the work and minimizes the level of injuries to the required indicators. With the help of this mechanism, an ordinary metal stick acquires the required size in a matter of seconds and becomes not just unnecessary scrap metal, but an integral and irreplaceable part. An ordinary wooden block, under the influence of the speed of a special apparatus, turns into a neat and ready-to-sell wooden handle. Not handmade, of course, but it looks good enough. It turns out that this is what a mass printing house looks like today. Each color is applied separately through a special stencil. This saves time and paint. Even in mass and fully mechanized production, you can only slightly speed up the grinding process, but you can't make it instant in any way. You can simply ruin the product. From time immemorial, metal carving has been considered a matter of special complexity and skill. Craftsmen were highly valued and respected. Today, all the necessary manipulations on the preliminary settings are carried out by the machine quickly, efficiently, and without marriage. It doesn't look like the most advanced technology, But the molded rubber flip-flops do a great job. Sometimes you do not need to have expensive equipment, because then it simply will not be cost-effective. Look at this painstaking work of a grinding machine. Each of a dozen threads must be brought to the maximum fitness so that it cuts and does not dull. This is how the collection of wires in one bundle looks like. Simple, but fast and clear, and does not require special skills and a huge amount of time. The process of mass dyeing of rubber gloves of special strength looks exactly like this. After dyeing, excess liquid flows back into the common basin, which allows you to complete production without unnecessary expenses and minimizes consumption. Of course, this is not a modern process at an innovative plant, but you see, it looks quite beautiful and brutal. Manual splitting of such an interesting plate cannot but fascinate the beholder. Quickly and without loss, this device pours a rationed amount of tomato sauce into containers and tightly twists the lids. That's the beauty of robotic production, minimizing the human factor. Today, even banks are not turned over by hand. All duties of the worker are reduced to supervision. This modern atomizer paints the right space with the color it was filled with. In this case, this white paint fits perfectly on the smiley stencil, and the result is a perfect picture. It is not enough just to make high-quality glasses for cocktails. You need to give them brightness and mood. This machine pastes the typeset by the computer. See how positive they are? Do you think your food processor is already a mini factory? And you look at this rural combine. Meat is placed inside in pieces. And at the exit, there are ready-made sausages or meatballs. Everyone who deals with wheels wondered when they would come up with something that could put on a tire without human hands. Here it is. This mechanism is simple and clear, but how it speeds up and simplifies the work of a tire fitter or factory worker. With this machine, if you preset the parameters for cutting the desired size, you can quickly and accurately get tens and hundreds of identical sizes from a common roll. Did you know that this is how the mechanism keys are painted for your new cars? And it doesn't matter how much the car costs, whether it's from the salon or supported. The keys were most likely made just like that. Simple and the same. This is a modern plant with the most advanced technologies. Accurately and qualitatively is the credo of this technique. Just look how professionally these robots handle the wheel. Don't you think that this is a mini soda plant at home? It looks as if someone took improvised means and organized a mini production. From a thin metal layer, in an instant, under the influence of the necessary equipment, a good quality bowl is obtained, which will serve people for many more years. It looks nice enough, but on top of that, it's effective. I wonder if this is possible with children. It was wonderful. Carefully, with special combs, this machine harvests, and further, separates from excess sprouts and leaves inside itself, so that only tomatoes go into a special container without unnecessary greenery, weeds, and debris. Albeit simple, but very necessary equipment on the farm for keeping cows in proper condition. One passes through the corridor of purity, and the smell leaves nothing to be desired. There are thousands of studies and facts that recommend cutting and filling cows' hooves on farms, because this prevents lameness and many diseases associated with the animal's musculoskeletal system. Under heavy pressure, a huge amount of chaotically decomposed metal debris turns into a neat cube, ready for processing and transportation. True, it is said that everything is purified in fire, both the human soul and the old metal. And under the terrible degrees Celsius, everything old will be cleansed and will acquire a new look. Thank you for watching. Like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.